Okay. Hi. And today I'll be doing the podcast in a car because why not? Um, so this is my car. It currently isn't going at anywhere at all because trying to get the money together to get it moving is just a lot. Um, Obviously, having spoken to several mechanics and all getting told is, oh, it's the clutch, oh, it's the gearbox, oh, there's just a wire missing from the thing. It's just been a roller coaster of emotions. Also, November being Mental Health Month for men is just not spoken about enough. So, before I'd be here just to talk about it. Basically, at the beginning of the month, I tried to start a um, streamathon for mental health to basically stream 7 days a week to try and raise money for the cause. Obviously, I've shared the link on social media and been streaming, but the total amount that I have raised in the 7 days where I've streamed and posted the link everywhere I could was £60, which even though that's not a lot for mental health, it's still quite something, I suppose. Sorry if those background noise was there. If it didn't drop on the microphone, that's fine. If it did, again, sorry. Let me just quickly see if I can. That's fine. Cool. Anyway, so it's been a while for me doing a podcast. I have just been so preoccupied because for me personally, my mental health hasn't been the greatest either. I have not been motivated to do much. Like I'm constantly in the house, like money issues, like with the job center not paying you enough, and then debts constantly being like, you need to pay us money, and then obviously setting up payment plans and all this kind of stuff. And now I'm just in this entire headspace of, do I even want to be here anymore? There was a time 2, 3 weeks ago where just because I felt so empty and emotionally drained, I did pick up a piece of glass and start cutting my arms again. And obviously, it is a bit like, sorry to spring this upon you, but ah, cool, cool. Right, we're back. Sorry. Yeah, sorry to spring this upon you, but it's just that's what happened. And obviously, the next day when I woke up and looked at my arm and it was just covered in blood, I thought to myself, right, stop, because it's been 5 years since I last self harmed until recently because things have just gotten so top to me that even I had dreams and nightmares of like me just being at home and seeing myself hanging from my stairs because I just had my brain is telling me that there's so much going on, you can't handle it. What's the point of you being around? You have no purpose, and it's just been non-stop, and I just wanted it to stop. Not saying that I'm going to do anything to reach that because I have spoken to doctors and they've given me medication, but all the medication has done is slowed down my thinking. I'm not as like 100 thoughts at once. It's just one thought slowing down, tired. And frankly, I don't want to be on medication. I hate it because then I can't be 100% myself, 100% here because I'm just 1% or less on medication. It's literally so scary knowing that there is medication out there to basically silence the people who are struggling so much. It's like the country doesn't want to know. It's like, hey, I'm struggling. I need help. Can you help me? And they're just like, no, the only help you can get is you take this medication and you stop. But there are people out there who have taken those medications who are currently 6 feet under. And as much as that is a shocker, like antidepressants do not help. For some people it just makes them worse. Like some people say it makes them better in the first few weeks, but it's not guaranteed. And it is scary. you know, to know that there are people out there who have tried and tried and tried again just to be better. And they just couldn't because no one's willing to listen or to help them. Yes, you can go to therapy, but sometimes talking isn't always the key. There are times when I've been stressed out and I have asked for help and nothing's ever happened. And there's a part of me that's just given up asking, you know. I'm always at home. I tell people, hey, if you want to hang out, you're welcome to come over. Because sometimes I don't have the funds to travel, you know. I'm okay with people coming over to hanging out for a little bit because it is just, if I was to get this car moving, I would go see people all the time. I would go to them. I would even take them like from one place to another if they would ask me to. But it's just for me to have that social interaction I'm struggling. Oh, the light's going low. But I'm still here. I'm still here. 1 second. Oh crap. Oh, okay. The car battery is dying, so I'm gonna have to take this inside and hopefully fix this. So if you give me 1 second. So yeah, now I'm outside the car, just standing here, trying to think about so many things that are going on in this world right now that I'm just constantly thinking, when will things get better? How will things get better? Do we even live in a generation where we can go somewhere and things will just immediately improve? No, because we've just gone from one place to another, replacing one sad thing with another. There are times when people are like, oh yeah, I would love to leave the country and move somewhere else just to live a happy life. But that happiness only lasts a certain amount as long as you chase those feelings. I don't chase feelings at all. I like to put myself in uncomfortable situations because the more I feel uncomfortable, the more I feel comfortable. Because sometimes comfort is the enemy of progress, and you want to progress in life. You know, there are people who have taken risks on random things that they never thought was possible and have just achieved the things they wanted to do. So just get yourself out there. Do things that you thought you'd never do and just do them. At the end of the day, like if you fail at something, sure, but failing leads to success because every time you get a no, that doesn't last forever because one day you'll get the yes, and that yes is what will change your life forever. And this is what the greatest thing is about this generation. You know, I know I'm just rambling on about random things that probably just don't make sense, but it does make sense. We do live in a generation where anything is possible as long as you just don't give up. Search for things that feel right to you. Do things that feel right to you. You know, you want to meet your favorite celebrity, go out and try and find them. You want to write a book, write the book, even if you don't publish it, even if you just start. That's the main thing. You want to start a YouTube channel and you're like, oh, I don't really know what to talk about. The thing is, you have a phone, you have Snapchat, you have Instagram, you have all those things. They are social media. It's just like YouTube. It doesn't matter what you say, it doesn't matter what you post. It's as long as you feel you're authentically being yourself on those platforms, you are just following your dream. You know, I know someone who's met so many celebrities, I can't even count them on my hand. And it is because they love just meeting people. And I am just constantly being like, I'm so jealous. They have met some of my favorite celebrities, and I'm just like, cool. There's some people who go to Comic Con or conventions on a weekly basis. And I'm just like, you have the talent to present yourself out there. The costumes you make, the money you make. It's so much out there. My dream for me is to just be in a situation as a content creator, right? To just make content, to just meet people who are like minded, who just like what I do, to the point where they can join me on what I do. Because I would love one day to be in this position where I can say, today one of my subscribers or one of my viewers is joining me, what I'm doing, and having a chat with me. Because that would be incredible. That would be incredible. It literally would be a dream come true. Because I have friends who are like, hey, I want to join your podcast. And I'm like, hey, yeah, sure. Let me know when. I'm free all the time. And they're like, I just don't know when I'm free. I was like, well, there we go. We have hit a milestone. But just me saying to them, let me know when you're free, gives them I put the ball in their ballpark. If nothing happens, that is not down to me. I have given them the opportunity. I have given them the choice. You know, I said, I am ready whenever you are. So right now, in this very moment in time, I am still waiting for people to come up to me and being like, let's do this podcast. I've even said to them, I own microphones. This is a microphone that I can just attach to my phone. We can go wherever you want to do to the podcast, and it's good. I will use my phone because it's connected to my phone. I'm not someone who's like shy shying away from any opportunity. If opportunity comes knocking, I will take the chance, even if I get knocked down hard. At least I can say I've tried. You know, and more people should be like that. More people should be like that. I know this was meant to be about men's mental health, but there are so many things that you can do to push past that mental health part, because there's always a reason why you probably feel sad. That's not sad, but like feel like you're not accomplishing enough, or you're not worth it, or you got so much stuff going on. Just look yourself in the mirror one day and say, all this stuff that's going in your head isn't the end. The end is how you make it. Because tomorrow, if someone wakes up and feels like they're going to kill themselves, that is their end. Because that is the inevitable for anyone. But some people choose to face inevitable sooner than later, and that is just, it is actually heartbreaking to know that sometimes we have people who just didn't have the right support system to care about them, so have to go to the extreme lengths and just take their own lives. It is upsetting, and someone I went to college with, their best friend hung themselves in the shower, and whenever they hear a certain song, they just break down in tears. And obviously, seeing that, the first time I saw it, I didn't understand it, because the concept of death never phased me at all until one day when I lost my cat Buddy. He was hit by a car and died, so he was technically killed, and I just felt so useless, helpless. And I just cried, saying, "Why did you have to die? I'd rather I died instead of you, because you had such a long life ahead of you." He wasn't. He just. He was about 1 years old. I had him for a couple of months. I got him when he was 9 months old, and that cat changed my life so much. I was in the darkest places ever, and he had just brought out a side of me that changed everything. You know, because I was living in a tent for 2.5 years in my parents' backyard, but having him next to me by my side has given me that boost of, I want to work towards a place for us to live, to watch him grow old, because he literally was my best friend. We used to lay in bed together, watch movies, TV shows. We just did it all. We just had fun. We just had fun. And honestly, that kind of connection with a pet, or even if I had a child, that kind of connection with even with a partner, a friend, is something that's irreplaceable. And those memories are usually what keep us going. The time I really did succeed to take my life is because I was in such a bad state, because someone I trusted had left me in a 4 grand debt, refused to pay me back, and just walked out of my life. And I'm still dealing with that. And there are times when I'm just wanting to do something, but that debt is always there, and they're always hassling me. And I'm just like, but can't you contact the person whose other name is on that thing and tell them to start paying you back? It's like, no, because it's your name on the debt. And I'm so frustrated to myself that I wish I could go back in time and say, just don't take that debt out. They are not your friend. They are not someone to care about you. They will screw you over the second they get that money, and that's exactly what they did. They spent the money on hotels, alcohol, drugs, and I was like, but I got that money so we could, because they said to me, it's like, if you take the loan out, then we can get a place together, and then pay off that loan together while living in that place. And I foolishly said yes. Because why would I not trust someone? Why would I not be so naive in my younger years to just be like, yeah, you know what? That seems cool. I can trust him. Yeah, I have learned that the people I do now trust are the people I trust. Sometimes I don't know if I can rely on them because I don't know, end up relying on people that say one thing but don't stick to what they say. And it's totally okay to feel that way because some people just have other things going on. So I don't rely on them. If you have too much going on and you say something, it's like, no, I'm not relying on you because your priorities lie somewhere else. And I'm so okay with that. But right now in life, yeah, right now in life, we all collectively need to just learn to appreciate what we have, the people in our lives, and just it's mental health is a crazy thing because it makes you think about so much and then so little at the same time. And so when you're watching this, just do me a favor. Just do me a genuine favor. Comment down below what you think would be the best way to deal with a mental health issue when someone feels helpless or doesn't know who to turn to. Because if you comment down below, there'll be more people who are able to probably help you out. We can start a conversation in the comments. So also, if you feel up to it, I'm gonna leave the link to the GoFundMe in the description. So that way, if you do want to donate and help out, you're more than welcome to. I'm not saying you have to, but every little helps. And yeah, I feel like we can't beat mental health, but we can still try and make a difference in someone's life. So that way, we don't have to know that someone else is suffering because, yeah. So, thank you for watching this podcast. I know it was not a happy dappy one, but maybe next time, right?